again. There we go. Whew, all right. Give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. Excuse me. Dun, 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 dun. Whew. Hands are freezing. Shows I got somebody watching. I'm not sure who it is because it didn't show me for some weird reason, but hello whoever you are. Give everybody a few more minutes to hop on, and then we'll get started. My little dudes is lifted up for some odd reason. See if you can't get him to smooth back down. Everybody a minute or two to join in. It's kind of shooting for 2:30. I'm a little early, so go ahead and cut mine apart. See who hops in here. Now it shows me I have 2 watching, but it's not telling me who you are. Oh, there it is. Teresa's watching. All right, cool. So weird that it didn't want to show me who was watching me. So far, all I'm doing, I'm just cutting my vines and butterflies apart. Y'all already have transfer tape on yours because I transfer taped y'all's before I shipped them to you. I didn't transfer tape mine, so I've got my transfer tape here with me. But I'm just cutting apart my little vines from my big vines and my butterflies. And I have a couple of butterflies missing because they didn't want to weed right, so I was just like, whatever. I just let them be. This part really shouldn't be super long. We're just going to be applying our vines and then epoxying over them. And this section of butterflies here in the middle of y'all's vines, I didn't put any on my original, but you can put them on or you cannot put them on. It's totally up to you. There may be a space where you want to see a butterfly popping through instead of the glitter floating or not floating or settling or what have you. So you're more than welcome to apply these on if you want to. But give everybody a minute and then we'll get started. We're going to be applying our vines, butterflies if you want to, and then we're going to epoxy over this. But I'm going to show y'all kind of how to maybe keep an eye on lining up your vines and putting them where you want them to be, and how to keep your cup lined up where you want it to be. So, it showed me 2 were watching, now it's back down to 1. I don't know why it's being weird, but it's not telling me who. So, give everybody 1 more minute and then we'll get started on getting our vines. Pretty dry. Teresa, did y'all get your paint smudges cleaned up, or do y'all still need to clean those? Let me know. Let me know, let me know. They're clean. Yay! Okay, cool. Alright. So, what I want to do first is I want to get a little piece of this painter's tape, masking tape, whatever you have on hand. This is just a little, like, I think it's a 1/2 inch piece of tape. What I want to do is I want to take this one, pull this out for a minute. And what I want you to do is kind of just place this one on here. And I want you to kind of look and see where you want your gate to be, if you have a preference. If not, that's okay. So line up your outside sleeve with where you want it to look on your inside. When you get that, what I want you to do is that piece of tape, I want you to put that on your rim. I'm going to try to get this a little bit straighter. And I want you to place it on the rim of your cup, right above the opening above the gate. Okay? Just place a little piece of tape right there. And what that's going to do is, when we're looking at this and placing our vines on the inside, excuse me, that's going to help us keep in line when we go to put this back on, to know where we have kind of everything laying. Because on this one, like, I tried to start it at certain points of my cup to where it would kind of flow one way or the other. So, if you want to kind of keep it in a certain spot, go ahead and mark your cup. If you don't worry about marking it. That's totally okay. You can just apply your fines. So, you have 2 sets. You have a large set and a small set. I just did the big set on the outside of mine because I had already sealed it, like I said before I decided to put the vines. But I think I'm going to put the big vines on the inside of mine and the small vines on the outside of mine. So, I'm going to put the small ones to the side. And I just have a couple deals with transfer tape. Like I said, y'all have transfer tape on them already. I put it on before I shipped it. So you don't have to worry about grabbing transfer tape. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut these apart. And then I'm going to decide where I want them. You'll notice that you have different sizes of them. So you can put your bigger ones probably more so in the back so it doesn't look weird over or under your gate. Doesn't look like it's blocking the gate entrance. And typically I would say more towards like the back center is where you'd want your biggest one. But again, that's up to you. So I'm going to take and I'm going to flip my cup around, get to the back center mark. And I didn't get those two pieces of stencil lined up exactly, so I have a little bit of tape or a little bit of paint right there. Scratch that away. There we go. Okay, so right in here, right in this mark is where I want my first big one. Okay, so I'm going to take one of my big ones and I'm going to take a piece of transfer tape. Like I said, y'all's are already transfer tape, so you don't have to worry about this part. Excuse me. Did I put my squeegee back? No, it's not. Oh, it's buried. There it is. So one of the longest ones, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put it on the back. Now this stem piece is what you want at the top to make it look like your vines are kind of floating down, okay? So I'm going to take and I'm going to kind of put it right in there. Push that down. I'm going to kind of try to push my vine stem, or the stem of my vine, whatever you want to call it, up as close as I can to the top of that metal part, so that way it all kind of seals in and doesn't look like it's hanging out in the middle of the cup. You don't want to put it down here because it just kind of looks like it just kind of hung in the middle of our background. Alright, so let's push that one down. Normally you could use your squeegee and squeegee it down. I didn't before I removed my transfer tape for some dumb reason, but that's okay. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my clear part back on. And I'm going to kind of match the front back up. Okay, so that tape goes over the opening of that. Okay, so then we're going to carefully turn it. And now we've got that vine there. I got it a little further to this side than I wanted it to, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Let's see, I can actually go move that right there. And we'll just move our tape over, because that's really where I want that center back there is really what I'd like to have. So, alright. So now with that in mind, we're going to kind of see where we want our other ones. So what I kind of want to try to do is kind of like I did on this one, I want it to kind of come in the middle of my big openings here. So I'm going to have one here and one here. So I'm going to kind of turn it. I'm going to kind of eye it. If you don't want to eye it, you can put you another piece of tape right there. That way it doesn't, you don't have to worry about it moving. Take this off and then apply your next vine. I like mine to have symmetry to it, so I like it to be balanced on both sides. So that's kind of why I choose to start with the center of the back first and then kind of go from there. Let's see. Actually, I needed to do the other one. This one, you can see they point two different ways. So this one points this way. And whenever I put my next one on here, if I would put this one down, they would actually end up meeting. They would touch, and I don't want them to do that. So I'm going to grab this other piece of transfer tape. I'm going to grab the other one of that same size for this other side. And that's a personal preference of mine. If you like them touching, not a problem. Go for it. one's gonna hang better. It's not gonna overlap. Again, push that top down. Squeegee that on. And if you don't want as many vines as I'm putting on mine, that's okay too. You do what you want for yours, because this is your cup, not mine. I came up with the design, but you're the one that's going to be using it or seeing it or selling it. So I want you to do what you want to do on yours to make you happy. Let's see. So now I'm just going to move my tape. Okay. And now that's where my next one's going to go. And that will be the one that I originally had grabbed to do on the wrong side. And place it down. So we're just going to go back and forth until we like what we see with these. Again, I'm going to line my cover up with my front piece of tape. That should put all of these in line, which it does quite nicely. And then I'm going to go for my next opening, put my piece of tape, take that off. Let's make sure we get the right direction this time. Way that way, this way, okay. And again, the direction might not matter to y'all, and that's totally cool. It's just a me thing. On really well. Make sure all those leaves adhere to our tumbler. Take that off. Line this back up. And then we can see how it looks. Yeah. Yay. Okay. Let me see what I want to do, because my other one here that I was going to use for this piece right here is the one that came off. So let me see. I have some spares. I wonder if I can just cut one of these other ones down. I think that's what I'm going to do. So your sets have both of these center ones. One of these center ones would be perfect to go on the inside right here, if you want to do that. If not, that's okay. You do it however you want to do it. I lost one of mine because when I was weeding it lifted and it was a whole mess. So weed these because I didn't even weed this set. Ooh, no, what happened? There we go. Okay. It just stuck. I'm just going to cut it off about where it's stuck. Just kind of cut it off and create my own little stem top there. Oop, found my transfer tape. Darn it. There we go. Okay. No problem, no problem. Here we go. Now I know this one's gonna go right there where that tape is, because that marks the center of my cup in the front. Okay. All right. How are we doing so far? We're doing good. I didn't lose anybody. Perfect. Okay. Now for me, I have like my, the white part of my inside of my cup had this weird black dot. I was hoping to line it up with that vine, but I didn't quite make it. So I'm going to take one of my butterflies and I'm going to place it right over that so that I don't see it. So if you have any blemishes or anything like that, vines and the butterflies are a good place to, or a good way to kind of cover up those spots that you don't like. And I think I'm going to put me another butterfly kind of right center back here. But I'm going to look at where, I think I'm going to do one of those. I'm going to look at where it's going to line up first. So I'm going to put my cover back over, line that back up, and I'm going to place it, oh say, perfect. Right there is a perfect opening. It's going to come right in the center of the diamond. It's going to be right in the middle of my vines. So right there looks like a perfect place to put one. So I'm just going to mark here, and then I'm going to kind of measure down. So if I put it about there, yeah, about the end of my finger, I'm good. So pull that back off. I'm going to grab one of my butterflies, my transfer tape. I'm going to put my finger up there, so right about there is where I want that guy. And so there he is. So now if I turn it back, I put my marks, match my marks back up together, turn it around, it's perfect. So if you want any of your butterflies on the inside, now would be the good time to go ahead and place them, or what you can also do is, I'm going to have y'all go ahead and place the vines on the outside of your tumbler if you want any on the outside. I like the look of it being on the outside and the inside. I think it'll give it more like a 3D effect, because you have the vines on the inside, you have the vines on the outside. It just kind of looks like an actual like flower garden. So put your cup or your clear part back on your cup. And then we're gonna apply these outside vines as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut mine apart. I'm missing. Okay. And also like this one, I'm gonna put one right here to cover up that scratch. That way I don't have to worry about the scratch in my paint. So let's see here. I think kind of putting one. See there, maybe right there. I put one there, and then put one there. I could put one there and there. think what I'm going to do for mine is where these little triangles are, so like my back center one, I'm not going to put one because that's where I put my butterfly, so I don't want to cover up my butterfly. But I'm going to go on the next one right over next to the side to that one. And in the back, again, I'm going to start with my longer ones and apply those first. Make sure that your paint is dry at this point so that you're not pulling any paint off when you take the transfer tape off, okay? So for these, kind of like I did here, I'm going to start right at that white paint line mark with my stem to make it look like it's coming down from behind. My lattice on the inside. Oh, didn't get that down all the way. There we go. Wish I would have angled that one a little bit more. Let me see if nope, I'm not gonna be able to get that off. I should have paid attention. I could have angled it a little further this way, but it's okay. I'm not worried about it. So then I like to go back and forth side to side. So I'm going to take my other one, my other long one from the other side. I'm going to do that one next. Coming from this small triangle here. This time I'm going to pay attention that it comes down in the middle of my diamond area instead of going down one side. And if you think this is too much and you don't like these vines on the outside, don't put them on. You do not have to put them on just because I am, just because I provided them. Don't have to do it. Alright. So the next one. Again, right at the top, or right at the bottom of that top paint area and down. And then we go back to the other side, find the diamond there. This one's gonna go right over our gate. And this one I'm gonna try to use it a little bit to hide where I scratched my paint. Perfect, right there, that works. And then my last little one is gonna go right here. There we go. On my backing, put this on. Okay. So how are we looking? Do we like the butterflies? I mean the vines on the inside and out? Do we not? Did you put them on? How are we looking? Honestly, if I had another one, we're still working. Okay, not a problem. If I had another one of these little ones, I think I would put it like right in here just to kind of balance it. Let me see. I wonder if I think I may make me another one. Just because I really think I need one right there. Let's see, so if I kind of go, okay, off right there. I'm just gonna place it, and then I can trim that little green part off. There we go. I'm gonna grab my knife. Just gonna trim it right there. And I'm gonna carefully remove the top piece. Perfect. Yeah, I like that better. I like having that vine there. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on placing my butterflies. Kind of place some in here where I think I want some. So I think I want one right kind of in here in my gate area. So let's go, if I go from the top, about where my thumb comes out. So kind of right in this area. I think I'm gonna put a butterfly there. And then, let's see, I think I want one of these brighter butterflies. Maybe kind of over here. And then let's just, let's see. Kind of want one in here. Maybe kind of go with this guy. Actually, I think I'm gonna go down here and put that right there. I just kind of go back and forth. I put my clear piece on, make sure not to lose your tape marker. And go on kind of right down here in this area. Oh poop, I lost my area. I don't remember which blue spot it is now. Hang on. It's right here. Right in there. And I'm not gonna put one on the bottom, only because like when your butterflies and glitter and stuff settle, you're gonna have that covered a lot. So I'm not gonna put one on the bottom, but I mean you could if you wanted to, that's up to you. I'm just personally not going to. Okay, so now let's line this back up. And let's see if or where, if and where. If I want any on the inside and where I want them. I mean outside. Promise I'm getting it together. Keep in mind to save spaces that you're going to put your spinner butterflies, okay? Oh shoot, I put that directly behind there. Oh well, that's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna put one right in here. I think I'm even gonna put one like on my gate. I think I'm gonna put one right down here on my gate, and that will actually cover up the scratch that I did on my paint. But I think I'm pretty happy with that. I don't want to do too much to distract from everything, so I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna leave mine right there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back off. You're good. It's totally okay, Teresa. Totally okay. Gather up my extra fine pieces over here. I'm gonna put all these to the side. Okay. So, the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna apply our epoxy over this inside piece again. Make sure all of your decals are stuck down really well. Make sure you don't have any like pieces that aren't stuck down that are lifting up or wanting to lift up. So just go through and like, since these leaves kind of go up, start from the top and go down when you push them down, just to make sure you're not accidentally rolling up a leaf. Take that back off there right quick so I can turn it. Alright, so on this part, I don't know if y'all are still trying to finish up your butterflies or not, but I'm just going to talk for a minute. On this part, what we want to do is we want to epoxy again this inside piece. If you think that you can get it and do it without getting epoxy under this silver lip, you don't have to tape it. If you think you might and you feel more comfortable taping it, go ahead and tape it back off again, okay? When you tape it, just make sure that you don't lose your marker that marks where your clear sleeve is gonna have to go back over, okay? Because it's gonna be kind of hard to try to go, oh no, where did that fit if you lose that marker. And again, it may not matter, you may not have put a marker in, that's totally okay. But if you did put a marker, make sure you don't lose that marker, or make sure that you can like say I turn my cup to right there. So even if I pull my marker off, I have the whole of my turner arm that is also marking the center of where I want that centerpiece to go back to, okay? So just kind of find you a place that you know in your mind that is the center of the front of your cup if you chose to make a marker. So at this point, all I need you to do now is just to epoxy this again. And like I said, you can add your twinkle or your golden twinkle from your jars. If you do so, like literally just the tiniest of tiny bits. That little jar that I gave y'all is gonna last you a while with this because it's just an additive. It's not meant to like completely coat a tumbler. So like literally that much right there or even less is all you need to add to your epoxy whenever you mix. Just the tiniest of tiny bits, okay? And I think I do want a little sparkle in mine, so I'm gonna add some silver. I'm more of a silver person. Some people are more of a gold person. So it's totally up to you if you want to do silver or gold. I think our charms are gold. Let me grab mine. They're silver and gold. So yeah, you can choose either one. Totally up to you. The spinners are gold. That's the only color for some reason that I could find them in. So all of those are gold. But you can choose either twinkle if you want to add it to yours. If you don't, that's okay. You don't have to add it. But that's going to be the next step to complete on this one. Now that we've got our vines on, we want to just epoxy this center piece. Don't epoxy this yet, okay? Don't epoxy this piece yet. Just let it kind of chill, hang out, dry, all that fun stuff. This one will get epoxied after we attach it to this piece and fill it with our snow globe and our glitter and UV resin the butt. Then we will actually epoxy that whole outside piece. But for right now, all I need you to do, is just to tape off if you don't feel comfortable not taping it, and epoxy this. Whether you add the additive or not is up to you. And then let that set. 3 o'clock. I may take this one home and go live very briefly from my house tonight to show y'all how to get these two together, because I need this to be set and connected before we come back next Saturday. So right now, go ahead, tape this off if you need to, add your twinkle if you want to your epoxy, and get this portion epoxied and let it spin. And then we will come back and I'll show you how to mix the epoxy, or how to put the epoxy in here and get them connected, so that way they can be set. Because we'll just use the regular speed dry. We'll end up using about 10 mLs. I believe 10 mLs is what I mixed for that. I'm pretty sure it was 10, because 5 was not enough. Yeah, it was 10. So I'm going to end up mixing 10 mLs whenever we come back to do this. We'll pour that in here. We'll connect the two together and set something super heavy on top to hold it in place for the 2 hours while it sets. So, for right now, that's all on this part. Like I said, just tape it off if you need to tape it off. Add your twinkle if you want to. You epoxy this piece and then let it set. And at some point tonight, I'm not going to guarantee a time. At some point tonight, I'll go live from my house, so it won't be what it is right now, the setup. I don't have this set up at my house. But I'll go live from there, just showing y'all how to put the two pieces together and have it set. And then we'll come back next Saturday to do some more and finish it up. So, if you have any questions, let me know. Teresa, how are you and Mia doing? Are y'all good? Are we good to go? Let me know before I leave you, and I'll answer any questions if you have any. Oh, excuse me. Woo. Almost done. Okay, very cool. Very cool, very cool. Go ahead and mark this cup. And I'm going to just try to do 15 mLs on this layer of this cup, since we had so much left a while ago. Oh, I'm just going to do 15 mLs on this part. Alright, let's see, we're gonna put that over there. I don't want to accidentally get epoxy on it yet, because I don't need epoxy on that one just yet. Let's see. No, I don't actually. I don't need that back on here, because when I epoxy that again, it'll be connected to this one. So, I'm good. good on that part. So are we supposed to epoxy the inside again right now? Yes. Yeah. Once you've applied all your decals, go ahead and tape the rim off again if you think you need to. If you think that you can get it without getting epoxy up underneath it, then don't tape it. But go ahead and epoxy this part on the inside, and you can choose to use or not use your twinkle that I provided in y'all's kits. And I'm just going to do 15 mLs, so 7.5 and 7.5 of part A, part B, since I had so much left a while ago, to epoxy this. And then I'll come back later tonight live from the house. So like I said, the setup won't be exactly the same, but I'll show y'all what to do to mix the epoxy just to get these two connected so it's ready for next weekend. Sound good? Sounds good, thanks. Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, and then I'm gonna epoxy this so that way I can carry it home when we go home and let it finish setting while I'm at home, and then I'll go live tonight from there, showing y'all how to do that. And it should be pretty simple. Like literally, I'm just gonna be mixing up 5 mLs and 5 mLs of part A, part B. We're gonna carefully pour it into there, put the top over that, and set something heavy on top and let it set, okay? So I will see y'all again a little bit later tonight. I don't know a time just yet, and it's okay if you can't hop on. If you will just make sure that it is done and set and ready before next Saturday, that would be great. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again maybe later tonight. Bye, y'all.